Ուրացության և ծանր պահերին քեզ եմ հիշում դու իմ վահանն ես իսկ ես քո վրկան հաղթանակի.
Good afternoon. It's good to be here with you today to share these few moments together. Let's begin by proclaiming our faith in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Today, as you are watching me on TV right at this time, there's a big celebration going on at the Western Diocese. It's celebrating the 35th anniversary of priesthood of His Eminence Archbishop Hovnand Derderian, our diocesan primate, and also at the same time celebrating 25th year of his ordination as a bishop of the church. And I thought this is an appropriate opportunity not only to talk about our beloved primate, but also to talk about this holy ordination. What are these terms that we use? Priesthood, bishop. Is this something made up? Is this something unique to the Armenian Church? A lot of times when we talk about Armenian Christianity today, it's important to realize that we as Armenian Christians belong to a larger community, and that's the community of the Christian world. In the Bible, there are three unique orders. One is deacon, one is priest, and one is bishop. A bishop means an overseer, literally means an overseer, somebody who looks over a community of many parishes. And so the priest is ordained to a parish, the bishop is ordained to oversee those parishes. Here in the Western Diocese, since 1927, when it was first established, we've had 8 diocesan primates. Primate literally means the first one. Primate is the primates. And so we've had, before Archbishop Hovnand Derderian, we've had 7, and he becomes the 8th diocesan primate to continue in succession. So today what we enjoy, not only this TV show, but the entire diocesan complex, all the different departments within the diocese, is part of this diocesan life, a life made up of many parishes and having an overseer. And for the last 12 years, we've enjoyed the administrative head being Archbishop Hovnand Derderian. So we salute him today on this occasion of his anniversary. But more than that, we need to also understand that leadership is essential. It is not just a matter of people just doing small little bits and pieces, but to be united. Many times people come up to me and they say, Father Vazken, I don't need to go to church. I can pray in home. I could read the Bible at home. Yes, you can do all that at home. No one's stopping you. You can read the Bible, you can pray at home. But when you are involved in a church, what happens is you are part of a community. And so all of a sudden, your pain becomes the pain of someone else. Your pleasures and your achievements also are shared by others. And in return, their pain becomes yours. Their achievements and accomplishments become yours. You start sharing. In Armenian, there's a beautiful expression. It's called tsavatanim. Let me understand your pain. Let me feel your pain. Well, what does this mean? It means sharing with one another. It means extending ourselves to one another. And this is really the beauty of the church. But within any organization, it's not just a question of people getting together, but it's also having an infrastructure, a means by which that work gets done. And a lot of times we talk about just individual faith, but when you understand the vast amount of help that the church has brought to this world, for instance, the countless number of hospitals, the number of schools, education, feeding the hungry. Yes, it's one thing to go out there on Skid Row and buttering up a small piece of bread. But imagine, as a church, you go out there as a community and you are reaching out to a larger scale of people. For instance, just this week, we had a gathering where we talked about Syrian aid. And you realize that with the refugee problem that is plaguing the world at unprecedented levels, it's not just a question of one person going out, it's a question of all of us being united. And in that unity, you need that structure. And so we've got a diocesan primate. In other words, the first among all the clergy, the prime person. And Our Archbishop Hovnan Derderian, in his personality, the type of person that he is restless. He's constantly going from one event to the next event, making sure that everyone feels that they are part of that whole called the Armenian Church. It's really beautiful because when you look at Armenian church history, it is the church that has been the umbrella organization over everything. And so organization, not in the sense that you've gone to meetings, but actually the structure. And so you see Archbishop Hovnan, by his character, by his means to reach out to different people, he's trying to get so many of the different parts of the community together so that as one voice, as one people, we can stand up and bring our help and assistance to this world. So today, as he celebrates the 25th anniversary of his ordination as bishop, his 35th anniversary as ordination of a priest, we salute him. We take an opportunity to look at the man, Archbishop Hovnan Derderian. I'd like to share with you today some of Archbishop Hovnan Derderian's beautiful thoughts and meditations about the Armenian Church and about faith. Archbishop Hovnan has been, as I said, he's a restless individual, but he's also a disciplined individual, having time to write, to compose, to put together his thoughts. He's written scores of books, and I invite you, they are available at the Western Diocese, I invite you to pick up a volume at your local church. But I want to share with you today his thoughts and meditations about two very important things. One is love, and the other one is about the moral compass. He says, love is not a passive emotion. It is an active verb. When I say that the church must love its people, I mean the church must actually reach out and tell people that it loves them. He's talking about the actual actions. This is very important. He's moved it from theoretical to actions. It must show them through words and deeds that the love is unconditional, complete, and constant. Nothing gives an individual more faith in God, in themselves, and in the future than unconditional love. As Christ loved all people, so must do the church. That is our duty and our calling. Very clear. Secondly, he talks about the moral compass. I do not mean dictating rules of living to the masses. What I am referring to is an expression of the teachings of Christ. Because whether you have faith or not, whether you are a Christian or not, the teachings of Christ can and should act as a guide to steer people to a better place in their hearts and in their lives. The love he preached, the forgiveness he stood for, the brotherhood that he called for, and the compassion with which he saw the world are all lessons that must be taught, not to convert or impose religion, but to serve all men and women, whether anywhere in the world. And so you see his vision for what the church is, and where he has taken the church. The tangible efforts are all around us when we see the growth within this diocese. And so we see a successor, and there will be successors after him. In other words, we see a continuation. That's not about just the Western Diocese, but a continuation from the time of Christ. And this is the final message that we have today as we celebrate the ordination of Archbishop Hovnan. We also think about the idea, we meditate on the idea of ordination. It ensures the continuity of the church. So Christ himself ordained the disciples to become apostles, to go into the world. The apostles, now having arrived at their different places, destinations, appointed, ordained their successors, as did St. Thaddeus and St. Bartholomew in Armenia. And they continued, and there is apostolic succession until today. And each priest that is ordained, each bishop that is ordained, has received it from the past. So we are thankful today not only for the life that has been given to us through Archbishop Hovnan, that God has given us such a leader, but he has also ensured the continuity of the church through leadership, like Archbishop Hovnan, through leadership, through the priesthood, through the bishop, and the diaconate. These are all means by which we see the church in action, working out the mission that we have to love, to be that instrument of peace here on earth. We take this opportunity to wish Archbishop Hovnan Derderian much health and happiness, much strength that comes to us from Christ alone. May that strength guide him and direct him all the years to ensure the brightness and the future of the Armenian Church as the vehicle of Jesus Christ to our people. God bless him and God bless you. We look forward to being with you again next week. Until then, remember to give praise and glory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.